The ultimate one-week Curaçao journey. In the southern Caribbean lies a few small islands that form the remnants of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Once a vast empire, it now consists of the Netherlands and the tropical islands of Curaçao, Aruba and Sint Maarten. Curaçao is the biggest of the three and a popular tourist destination for mainly Dutch and American holiday makers. Here's how to make the most of a week-long visit to Curaçao. This itinerary is composed with the following in mind: enjoying the best Curaçao has to offer, from a gastronomical, cultural and natural perspective, without having to rush. I recommend renting a car. I don't think you want to rely on taxis and public transportation in Curaçao. Monday, relaxing at Porto Mari Beach. The main reason you booked a trip to Curaçao is probably because of your desire for three things: sun, sea and beach. With that in mind, I've chosen exactly that for day 1, Playa Porto Mari. This beach lies on the northwestern side on the island, a 30-minute ride from Willemstad. Playa Porto Mari. Other than some well-deserved beach time, the crystal-clear waters provide excellent snorkeling and swimming opportunities. If you want a bit more adventure, you can rent scuba gear on the beach and explore the underwater world right in front of the beach. A beach bar provides cold drinks as well as some basic food options. Porto Mari Beach. On the way to, or back from, Porto Mari you should check out two things. First of all, about halfway you'll come across a salt plain where flamingos tend to hang out. There is a viewing deck available. Flamingos Curaçao. If the water level allows for it, you can also walk over to get closer. If you get too close, the flamingos will fly away, which provides a fascinating scenery. Also check out the slave monument that was built in memory of the 1795 slave revolt that convulsed the island for more than a month. Slave Monument Curaçao. The second thing to see is the St. Wilibertus Church. This Roman Catholic church was built in the neo-Gothic style in 1888 and is located near a tiny little village that carries the same name. St. Wilibertus Church. Tuesday, visit Willemstad. Stroll around Willemstad Center. A visit to Willemstad, the capital of Curaçao, is a must for any visitor to Curaçao. Its historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and features unique colonial architecture. Willemstad Curaçao. The city center is split in two by the Sint Anna Bay. On one side there are the Pietermai quarters and the Punda neighborhood. On the other side, the area called Trabanda is worth visiting. The two parts of town are connected by a pontoon bridge. Queen Emma Bridge. Lunch at Plaçabu. Plaçabu, which translates to Old Market, hosts several local food stands. You can try one of the many local delicacies here, from goat stew to curry roti and freshly caught fish. Plaçabu Curaçao. Make sure to check out all the different stands and pick your favorite. Local favorites that you should try are the fresh lemonade called Agua de la Mancha and the banana pancakes. Plaçabu. Plaçabu is not a tourist place, it's where the locals eat. Don't expect 5-star service and fancy stuff. Great food for a reasonably price is what you'll get. The Slave Museum. At the Carahulanda Museum you can get a glimpse of Curaçao's dark history. During the 17th, 18th and 19th century the main business on the island was the slave trade. Slaves arriving from Africa were either traded on the docks of Willemstad and sent off to their final destination, or forced to work on one of the plantations on the island. The museum exhibits the transatlantic slave trade in its totality, from slave capture in Africa through the relocation in the New World. The museum also demonstrates how the African heritage has influenced Curaçaoan and Caribbean societies until today. Wednesday, day trip to Klein Curaçao. Klein Curaçao, which translates to Little Curaçao, is a small, uninhabited island about 2 hours off the mainland by boat. It's a must-visit. The first thing that comes into sight when approaching the island is its old lighthouse. You can climb up the tower to enjoy the view. Be careful though, the building isn't in great shape, so mind your steps. Klein Curaçao Lighthouse. The island doesn't feature much more than its white sand beaches, but sometimes that's exactly what you're looking for. You'll have most of the beach to yourself and the water is amazingly clear, with a beautiful blue color. Klein Curacao. As a bonus, the grassy sand bottom in front of the beach is a popular feeding ground for sea turtles. You can't miss them. They are not afraid of humans, so you can get quite close to them. It's an amazing experience to see these beautiful creatures in their natural environment. Sea turtle at Klein Curacao. Trips to Klein Curacao can be booked with mermaid boat trips or Miss Anne boat trips. Costs are about $100 per adult, $50 for children under 10 years old, and include lunch, non-alcoholic drinks and snorkeling equipment. Thursday, Culture and Adventure. The Curaçao Museum. In the morning, pay a visit to the Curaçao Museum. The museum is located in the old military hospital, a beautiful monumental building dating from 1853. The museum features a number of old traditional houses as well as a collection of artworks, such as paintings, etches, drawings, statues, furniture, glass and textiles. Aquafari, an underwater adventure. Aquafari is a new underwater activity that lets you experience the underwater world and the sensation of breathing underwater. It's really fun and very safe. You sit on a submersible, self-propelled scooter as you cruise around at a depth of 10 to 20 feet, accompanied by a few divers. Submersible Scooter Aquafari. Check out my post on Aquafari to learn more or visit the website of Aquafari. Friday, Captain Goodlife. Lunch at Captain Goodlife. Captain Goodlife is an icon in Curaçao. This guy has a very interesting personality and cooks some great food. He runs a company Let's Go Water Sports, mainly organizing boat trips. He can also take you to the Blue Room, the most famous diving spot in Curaçao. You will need to bring your own dive gear if you want to dive. Relax at Saint-Tropez. Saint-Tropez is an ocean club, a great place to spend some time late afternoonish. For a mere $7 you can use the cabanas, beach chairs, Wi-Fi and infinity pool. This price includes towels. Saint-Tropez Curaçao. Cool down in the pool or enjoy the sunset while sipping on your favorite cocktail. Some good food options are available here as well. Saturday, Knippel Beach and a fancy dinner. Knippel Beach, in Dutch, Nip Beach, is one of the best natural beaches on the island. There are no stones, which makes for a comfortable water entry. There's not a lot of infrastructure at this beach, just a small restaurant and a beach chair service. The water is divine and beautifully light blue colored. This photo of Knippel Beach is courtesy of TripAdvisor. Dinner at the Wine Cellar. Saturday night it's time to put on your fancy clothes and indulge yourself in some serious wining and dining. The best place in Curaçao to stimulate your taste buds on fine international cuisine, is the Wine Cellar. The kitchen combines authentic French cuisine with Caribbean flair and has an extensive wine list. Basic info about Curaçao. Money, you can pay with either Antillean guilders or dollars. The exchange rate is 1.78 guilders to $1 and cash machines dispense both currencies. Safety, although Curaçao isn't a dangerous place by all means, it's not recommended to walk around at nighttime outside the city center. Also, never leave valuables in your car. Rental cars are popular pickings for thieves. Language. 3 languages are commonly spoken on the island, Dutch, English and the local language, Papiamento. The latter is a mix between Dutch, English, Spanish and some African influences. When to go, Curaçao is blessed with a warm, tropical climate all year round. There's a nice island breeze and it cools down at nighttime. High season is December through February and July, August and peak season is around Christmas and New Year. During these periods prices are significantly higher. How to get there? The national airline of Curaçao, Insulair, operates non-stop routes to several locations within the Caribbean as well as Miami and Charlotte. From Europe, the island is served by Air Berlin from Dusseldorf and KLM from Amsterdam.